Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark Road, and in today's video we're going to be going over top 10 hot takes that I have with cars. In case you don't know what hot takes are, they're unpopular opinions. Opinions that I have that the rest of the community, I would say, disagrees with. Obviously some of these you're going to agree with and be like, hey, that's not that hot of a take, but really think about it, I feel like the majority of these, dude, some of them, unfortunately, are falling off, and people aren't thinking this way anymore, man. I feel like I'm a old head. Also, look at the shadow of my hat right now. I look so cool. I should get that part of my face, like the shadowed part of my face, tattooed black. Look how awesome that looks. That looks freaking cool, dude. I look like a Need for Speed Underground car. But anyway, yeah, that's what we're doing today, man. The top 10 hot takes of cars. Also, I went to the casino last night and won $200. Now, I'm not endorsing gambling. I think it's a horrible, horrible thing to do, like, every day. But every once in a while, whoo! You get me at Mohegan Sun? Catch me at Mohegan Sun, partner. I am going bonkers. But anyway, without further ado, let's go right into it with number 10. They're increasing in terms of the hotness, okay? So we're starting off, this is like a take where it's like, you know, it's an 80-degree day outside type of take. And that is that if I had $1 million specifically to spend on cars, because obviously if I had $1 million, I wouldn't spend all of it on cars. But if I had $1 million just to spend on cars, I would buy 50 or so low-end sports cars instead of 1 to 3 high-end supercars. I think, again, this is why it's here at the 80-degree weather type of hot take, because there are still a lot of us that think this way, that we'd rather buy a couple cool sports cars than one big supercar or whatever it may be, because we're not doing it for the flexing aspect of it. We're doing it because we like cars. So that's why it's here at the number 10 spot. But I do think there are a lot of people nowadays that would rather fake it till they make it than buy cars that they're actually going to be able to drive and enjoy. I see that all the time about people being like, hey, yeah, I love this Bugatti. This Bugatti is a great car. This Koenigsegg Jesko is a cool car. I love them so much. Like, yes, they're cool cars, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, man, you never even get to use those cars' full potential. So the reality of it is you're buying those cars to flex, okay? Coming in at number 9, this is like a 83-degree weather now. Now we're getting a little bit hotter, and that is working on your cars yourself will always be cooler than just buying a fast car. It's just how it is. It's cooler. Am I saying it? I lose respect for you if you go out and buy like an M4 or buy, but like, absolutely not. As a matter of fact, I want to buy an M4. If I had the money to, I would buy one right now. Like, I love M4s. Like buying a fast car and just like keeping it stock or whatever is still respectable. You know, you're still a car guy. I'm not saying you're not a car guy, but working on cars yourself and, you know, showing it off and having this car that you built up to yourself is going to be cooler than me going and looking at just a bone stock car. You know, they're all relatively the same, even though they are rare. Obviously, you know, you don't see M4s every day and stuff like that. I'd still much rather see somebody build up their own EG Civic or something like that. That in my opinion is a lot cooler. Again, this is an 83-degree hot take, though. I don't think this is the hottest of takes out there. There are still a lot of us that like building our cars in the car community, but again, I do think it's starting to fall off. 8th place is going to racing video games are just straight up boring nowadays. And that's not me being like, oh, I'm getting old, man, I don't like video games anymore. No, I still play video games. Like, I still enjoy video games. I still play them. I still have fun with my friends on Rainbow Six Siege every day almost. I still play Dark Souls games, and I still do dabble in some racing games here and there. But for the most part, dude, back when I was a wee little lad, back when I was a little steppa, I was playing all kinds of racing games. You couldn't catch me on a console without a racing game. Nowadays, it's very rare that I play one. I just think that they're losing their touch. I think that they're losing what made racing games so special back then. Now they're just trying to turn into like this way for the company to make money, and that's honestly a problem with all video games realistically, but it really sucks with racing games because I like cars, and so obviously I like racing games, and seeing the difference, the change there makes me very upset. This, by the way, was more of like an 85-degree take. I think a lot of people out there agree that racing games nowadays are just getting bad, but there are a lot of young lads, and I don't want to bash on you guys. You know, if you're a young guy and you're enjoying these new style games, this is what you're growing up with and you love it, that's awesome, man. The video games are meant to be fun. Don't let some guy on the internet tell you what can and can't be fun for you when you're playing video games. But I just think that they are getting a little bit more boring. All right, 7th place, and we're at like the 87-degree mark, right? Like, it's starting to get to the point where, like, if you're standing outside all day long working in the sun, it kind of sucks, and you start to get jealous of the people working in air-conditioned units, because rally racing is the ultimate form of motorsports. I've seen people try telling me that F1 is the ultimate form of motorsports, or GT class racing is the ultimate form of motorsports, and to that I say, sniff my farts, okay? Sniff my farts, pick my nose for me, and floss my teeth, okay? Because that's bogus. F1 drivers have tried rally racing before and have failed. Rally racing drivers have tried F1 before and have succeeded. That should tell you everything you need to know right there. Rally racing is unbelievably skilled. You have to be in an absolute freaking nut job behind the wheel in order to actually perform at a competitive level in rally racing. It is, without a doubt, in my opinion, the ultimate form of motorsports. Is it like the most entertaining form? That's up to you. You know, I don't know. I like watching it, but I also like watching pretty much every form of motorsports. Yes, that includes NASCAR. I think NASCAR is actually really fun to watch. But it is, in terms of like actual performance and like skill level, the skill ceiling in rally racing is, in my opinion, the highest. Sixth place, and this is going to like a 90-degree level of hot takes, but it's a very risky thing for me to say because I am one of these. Most car YouTubers are boring and really don't know what they're talking about nowadays, myself included. There are so many times, guys, where like I say something about a car and you guys correct me in the comments. I mean, it's actually kind of rare that it doesn't happen, as a matter of fact. It happens all the time, and like there are people out there that watch my videos and use them as like research, and in my opinion, I get why they're doing that, you know, like it makes sense. When I was their age, I was doing the same thing, but that's not what we're here for, you know, that's not what I'm here for. And so that's really not the smartest idea. But the other side of it is that most car YouTubers are, honestly, in my opinion, pretty boring to watch. That's not me saying that they're bad people at all. No, I don't think that at all. But when I watch YouTube videos, I'm not watching it on like car YouTubers anymore. And it's kind of weird because, again, I used to watch it all the time, but now, I mean, I do, you know, I still dabble in it, you know, here and there. It's still recommended for me quite often. But realistically, when I turn on YouTube, what I'm watching is racing videos. I watch like hill climb videos or NASCAR videos or like rally racing videos or F1 racing videos, things like that. Not just like car YouTubers, though. I don't know why. Coming in at number 5, and this is like a 93-degree hot take. We're talking like you need a sip of water every 10 minutes or else you're going to pass out, because it is that the car community online is the most toxic car community that I have ever been a part of. Online in particular, I want to make that very clear, because in person, everybody in the car community is relatively inviting and pretty cool. I think the real reason why is honestly kind of sad, and that is that people are too much of babies to say anything to each other in real life, and so they hide behind their computer screens. But hey, either way, as long as they're nice in real life, that's all that matters. But yes, the online car community freaking sucks. And I'm going to be 100% honest, guys. I've contributed to that sometimes. There have been times where I see a comment of some guy like saying something about a car that I like, and he's just so blatantly wrong while he's also trying to bash that car, that I'm like, you're an idiot. Because it does drive you nuts a little bit, and I do get it. But at the same time, we all need to get better at that. We all need to get better. We all need to stop. The car community should be a very accepting place. It's a freaking car. Everybody needs a car. Everyone needs a car. And people that like those, we should be loving them. Our community is dying at a rapid freaking pace, guys. We are not a big community anymore. And so pushing people away just because they may like a different car than you is it's insane. Coming in at number 4, and by the way, I forgot to mention, not only is it if they like a different car, but also if they just don't know what they're really talking about. That's my thing, is I always, whenever I see somebody that doesn't know what they're talking about, I always like insult them, and I shouldn't do that. I need to work on it. I need to get better at being like, hey man, just let you know that's not correct. Problem is, most of the time they'll get all angry at you. But either way, coming in at 4th place, we're 95-degree weather in it here, because it is Skoda makes the coolest hatchbacks ever. I don't know how I have to defend this, but I have to defend it, I guess. So here we go. What competition does Skoda have? Let's see. We have Volkswagen with their GTIs. There's pretty good cars. The Golf R is just 10 times better, but they're okay. You got Ford, has like the Focuses. Okay, I guess. You know, like interesting. Hyundai's got the Veloster. Okay. What else is there? I can't even think of any other. Toyota has the Corollas and the Yaris. But Skoda has all these absolute just heavy-hitting awesome cars. They look good, they perform good, they're sick cars. And I think the reason why nobody talks about them is because Americans don't know too much about them. And I'm an American, obviously, so I watch American content and stuff like that. And so I never hear about Skodas and stuff like that. And most Americans don't, because we're not from that country. We don't have cars, we don't have Skodas over here in America. But if you are an American that you've never heard of Skoda before, you don't know what they do, look them up. Skoda is an unbelievably cool brand. 3rd place. Holy moly. realistically, we're at like 100-degree weather territory, bro. We are at weather where you need to go outside with a full ice cold water bottle in order for a chance to survive, because that caring only about aesthetic mods is totally fine. I said it and I'm not going back on it. I hate this idea nowadays that if you're a member of the car community, you have to focus on performance. Every car has to have 800 horsepower and has to be fast in a straight line, and that is it. If you build your car in any other way whatsoever, you are incorrect. You cannot be a car guy if you build your car this way. That's so stupid and so shallow and so fragile minded that it blows me away. Not only is there other ways to worry about performance, like obviously track performance, there are cars out there that would absolutely smoke your 800 horsepower freaking Mustang on a track that makes 150 horsepower, because all they care about is just handling and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? It's totally fine to care about that, but not only is it fine to care about other performance things, but it's also just about aesthetic mods. People that like stance stuff, people that like making their cars look good, and that's it. They just want a cool looking car but want to keep it stock. Who cares? That's awesome. I like looking at them. I'm sure you do too. I get it if, it's over the top stance, negative 20 degrees of camber. Yeah, that's obviously a little crazy, but for the most part, chances are you look at that car as it drives by and it's like, oh, that's a nice looking car. So why do you care so much? Why do you actually want every single guy out there to have a car that makes 800 horsepower? I highly doubt that. Second place, 105-degree weather. We are talking about we're in like Mexico right now in the middle of the summer, dude. It's getting toasty, and that is that I couldn't care less about top speed. I really don't. When somebody brings up, oh my god, this new car just broke the top speed record of all time, it's a cool like accomplishment and stuff like that. It's like I'll acknowledge it, but that's about it. I'm not gonna go out there and be like, this car's the best car ever because it has 330 miles per hour top speed. And you want to know the reason why? Because if you buy that car, if you somehow manage to buy that most likely $3 million plus hypercar, if you somehow manage to do that, you are still not ever going to be able to actually experience that top speed unless you bring it to the very specific track that allows you to hit that top speed. You couldn't even hit that top speed at an airstrip. It takes too long for the car to get to that top speed. Top speed is quite literally a very, very, very pointless thing to bring up, especially if you care about motorsports the way I care about motorsports, and that is like track racing and stuff like that. You will never reach a car's top speed. You should care more about acceleration and handling. If a car gets a good lap time is what you should care about, in my opinion, at least. That's my opinion. But caring just about it and being like, wow, the Bugatti Veyron's a great car, Hennessy Venom GT is a great car, freaking Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute is a great car. They are great cars, I'm not saying they're not, but at the same time, just because of the top speed is insane. The Bugatti Veyron gets smoked by a Civic Type R around the Nürburgring. Okay, like it's really not that special of a car. Top speed is just a number that they throw out there to try and get more hype for it, and it works sometimes. Honorable mention, we're going back to like 70-degree weather here. This is actually a nice day out, realistically. This next one, it's about to be a nice one. You might even go for a walk in the park on this one, because I will never own an EV. I don't think that's a super hot take to say right now, but I do fear that in like 5 years from now, this will be a hot take to say, because I think more and more people are starting to open up to EVs, and I know it's going to sound like I'm an old head being like stuck in his past, but that makes me sad. I hate EVs. I don't like them at all. That there's nothing about an EV that makes me happy except for the fact that they can accelerate pretty fast. That's pretty cool, but it's like a microwave versus a grill. It's not special in any way to me whatsoever. I like gear shifts. I like making noise. I like the rumble of the engine. I like being able to modify my car's performance in different aspects of it. EVs, you just can't do any of that stuff with. It's a very, very, very soulless body of what we like as car guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that sound like a furnace? That's the noise I was going for, because we're filming this next one at like freaking Death Valley, Nevada, because this is super hot. First place, man. My hottest take that I have with cars is that I actually don't care if people touch my car, and I will happily let my family and friends drive it if they have to. There's this big idea nowadays where people are like, oh my god, this guy touched his car. Oh my god, I will never let my boys drive my car. And I get it if you don't want that to happen. Sure. I mean, maybe I only think this because my cars that I own are a $3,000 car and a $5,000 car. Maybe if I ever buy a car that's worth like 50 grand, I'll think the same way. But as of right now, I don't really care that much. My friends have driven my car. My mom drove my Integra, my lowered Integra, to work like a couple months ago because her car wasn't running. She hated it because it was a lowered Integra, but she did. I don't really care, man. I trust these people in my life. I trust my family. I trust my friends. I love them. And if they need help, or if I know it's gonna make them happy, I will much much rather, I guess, have them drive it than have them not drive it. Especially since a lot of these guys, a lot of my friends and family, they help me. They help me a lot with not only with the car, but with just life in general. So like, it's the least I can do, let them drive my car. And on top of that, a lot of the reason why I like cars and having cool cars is because getting cool reactions from people, having people be happy because of your car, is an incredible feeling. It's an awesome feeling. And so and it's an even better feeling if it's your friends and family. And then for the whole touching your car aspect of it, sure, is it a little weird when someone's like kid touches your car? Yeah, and obviously there's a line. You know, if somebody's got their kid sitting on your car, or they're crawling on it, or they're like slapping it or purposely scratching it, or if someone's sitting up against it with jeans on, so like the buttons are scratching your paint and everything, yeah, obviously that makes sense why you would get upset about that. I'm not saying that that's outlandish or anything like that, but if like somebody walks up to your car, man, and just like literally just accidentally touches it or grazes up against it, if you actually go like have a hissy fit about that, I think you just might have a problem. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's video of the top 10 hottest takes that I have about cars. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Let me know what other videos you'd like to see in the comment section down below, and if this video does well, or if you guys enjoyed this type of video, let me know, because I was actually thinking, you know, I could make this into sort of a mini series where I could do like top 10 hot takes I have with Japanese cars, or top 10 hot takes I have with racing, or top 10 hot takes I have with American cars, or with rear wheel drive or front wheel drive. I could do all kinds of different like little things about cars and hot takes that I have on them. I got some unpopular opinions, man. I say some things that other people are like, you're an idiot for. So I will happily share my hot takes with you guys if you guys enjoyed this type of video. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Das Vidanya, and have a nice night. Pew.